Hello, YouTube. What I'll tell you today is a very bizarre case out of Brazil, and it has to do with ufology. Let's do this. I will only tell you the Russian materials pertaining to this case, and those of you in Brazil can pick up, can correct me, can add anything you want. But I personally think that most of the world does not know about this case. In 1966, two Brazilian radio technicians were found dead on a hilltop overlooking Rio de Janeiro. Their eyes were obscured by bizarre lead masks. So on a bright summer day on August 20, 1966, a young man named Jorge de Costa Alves, or Jorge, depending on how you pronounce it in Brazilian Portuguese. So he decided to fly a kite in the mountains. When he was wandering around a Vintem hill in Niterói, Rio de Janeiro, he came across two bodies. The circumstances surrounding this couple were strange from the very beginning. They were lying side by side, and it seemed that their bodies were unharmed. The ground around the bottom was scorched. The few items they had with them did not provide answers. One of them had a note in his pocket which only compounded the mystery. Over the years, many theories have emerged, ranging from the mundane to the supernatural. Investigators still do not know why the two victims were wearing lead masks, what exactly led them to the hills of Rio, or even what caused their deaths. So, how this began? When the police arrived at the scene, they found a strange scene themselves. Both dead men were dressed in raincoats over strict business suits, as if they were going to some important meeting, and their eyes were covered with homemade lead masks. There was an empty water bottle, some towels, and some cash lying nearby. But perhaps the strangest evidence was the note, and it said, at 16:30 to be at the agreed place. At 18:30 it is necessary to swallow capsules and put masks on your eyes. After the necessary effect comes, wait for the signal from the masks. The original of the note. That's what it was. Two men climb the Vintem hill with a specific mission. They pulled a lead mask over their eyes. Then their world plunged into darkness. So began the mystery of the case of the lead masks. And although the police managed to gather more information about the victims over the next few days, each response they received only led to more questions. Who were the two mysterious men? Soon, the police were able to identify the bodies. The dead men were 32-year-old Manuel Pereira da Cruz and 34-year-old Miguel José Biano. Both were married radio engineers, originally from Campos dos Goitacazes, about 300 kilometers from Niterói. Having identified the man, the police tried to reconstruct step by step that fateful day. After talking to relatives, law enforcement officers discovered that Pereira da Cruz and Biana told their families on the morning of August 17 that they needed to go to Sao Paulo to buy equipment and a car. However, instead, the two men boarded a bus to Niterói. Arriving in Niterói around 2 p.m., the men made several stops. They bought identical raincoats at a local store and a bottle of mineral water at the bar. It is noteworthy that they kept the receipt, assuming that they would later return the empty bottle and receive part of the money back. The witnesses who remembered them claimed that there was something wrong with them. The bartender who sold Biana and Pereira da Cruz a bottle of water, or that bottle of water, recalled that Biana seemed nervous. He kept looking at his watch. At this point, the case of the lead masks reached the dead end. Manuel Pereira da Cruz and Miguel José Viana were last seen getting out of the car and heading into the mountains on August 17, around 15 hours. Paranormal theories around the case of lead masks. To date, no one knows exactly what happened in the hills of Rio de Janeiro on that strange August evening. Even the bodies of Pereira da Cruz and Viana gave little clues to the investigation, as they had lain under the scorching Brazilian sun for too long for an accurate toxicological report. And as is usually the case with strange unsolved cases, many mystical theories have emerged over the years. As the police found out, Pereira da Cruz and Viana were not simple electronics repairmen. According to Pereira da Cruz's wife, both men were fond of scientific spiritualism, and both were interested in making contact with an alien intelligence. The men's homemade masks and a note found in their pocket. Up to this point, they had already tried several times to get in touch with an alien mind or intelligence together with their friend Elcio Gomez. They even made a special device, something like a radio. At some point, an electronic device exploded in Pereira da Cruz's backyard. These three apparently again tried to use this miracle of technology on one of the Brazilian beaches and claimed that they witnessed some kind of explosion in the sky. The police, however, decided to follow a more mundane trail. At the beginning of the investigation, they looked at Gomez as a suspect, since Pereira da Cruz's wife said that he had quarreled with her husband. Gomez himself also told the police contradictory stories. There was another trace. A man named Hamilton Bezani claimed to the police that he helped rob and kill Pereira da Cruz and Viana. After encountering them at the spiritual center, he lured them to Niterói. He claimed that an accomplice told him, "We killed them both. We forced them to take poison at gunpoint." However, the police could not find anything that could confirm his story. In the end, whatever it was, this mystery continues to fascinate and at the same time upset curious minds around the world to this day, because no one knows what happened after they climbed to the top of the hill that ill-fated evening. All I can add that I was in Brazil, I gave lectures, and I had met very, very nice people in the Sao Paulo UFO Research Center. And if at that time I knew the information that I found out in the Russian sources, I would definitely talk to them about this case, but what can you do? So maybe one day, there will be a conclusion to this case and more will be found, but I doubt it. So that's what I wanted to tell you, because I do want to bring some interesting stories from the world of ufology, and you know my Russian videos and how much information I present to you. So today we talked about Brazil. If you like my research and you can support me, please find the links in the description to this video. Please tell others. Please like my videos, and thank you for your attention to my work.